Well, hello everyone. Welcome back to part 2. Hopefully there won't be a part 3 because I'm kind of running out of funds to support this because most of my content is self-funded. So, hey, welcome back to Tripod's Garage. I hope everyone's having a great afternoon or evening or possibly morning, right? Depends on where you're at and where you are tuning in from. But today's objective is to get the CR6SE up and running. Now, what I've been doing here is not a fix. I want to repeat like the last time, it's not a fix. It's me getting up and running. If you need to have this fixed, you should be reaching out to Creality for support. And they're actually working with me on this. So, there's no trashing or anything about it. We can have some fun, but, I want to be clear, crystal clear on this. It's not fixed by me, and Creality is working on it. We just want to get this machine up and running. It's unfortunate what happened. There's, products out there that do sorts of things that there are hidden surprises. You could buy a new car and then look at, there's a recall or something, right? So just want to make sure that we're clear on that, and try to keep the stream within an hour, because after this I'll be hopping on light speed stream to be his moderator for the Lowe's bot. So I hope that the traffic from my channel will move over to him. So I do have some moderators here. You'll know this furry trash panda from the last one, but he's more like a raccoon. So Zolan, he helped moderate the last one. So say hi to everyone there, Mr. Trash Panda Raccoon.
Hi, people. I got my libations, so I am ready.
All right. And then we also have Decibel. Well, people may know him as a different name. I'll let him choose if he goes by that or not. So, and I wanted to bring someone else that has a CR6SE that's been investigating with me on this, and because I'm going to just literally go right into it, putting it back together. I did remove the 4 clamps basically that hold down the glass bed, and I put Kapton tape on the bottom from the last time. So, but I removed all of them off camera. So that's where I'm at right now. Otherwise, nothing else has been touched. So let's go ahead first and check the chat real quick. Say hi to everyone. We got Gary T here. So thank you. Hopefully it'll be a great stream. I always like having some fun on my streams. So, and Carl. Hey, Carl. He was afraid that I was going to post something pretty bad. And no, it was very nice. So I learned sometimes to behave. So yeah, it's on the corner selling hats for money. Well, I don't just, I sell body parts. I'm just running low. Okay. I mean, I can't exactly replace them after I sell them. And who's this guy?
You got kids.
Yeah, I could actually. Yeah. So, and we got Chris Travis. He was at Murph. He sat 2 tables away. He didn't want to sit next to me.
Understandable.
I mean, I did shower. I mean, after all, but okay. So we got Shadow Cork here. Thanks. You got Local Maker. And we got Sergio. Hello. And this is a Fart 2767. I had to like slow down because I was gonna say 24/7. I thought
it's either butt ram or it is somebody who's with him, because I remember the Buttercup.
And we got Thomas. So
he's down in Australia as well, Mr. Fart 2767, which is good to
know. There, thank you there, Jerry from 3D Printing and Painting. He just released a new video. I don't want to spoil it. It's really good. He's really good at that resin stuff. Someday I'll dabble more into it, but my resin printer is needing surgery. Let's just say that.
And his stop motion came out. It was beautiful. So
oh, did it? Nice. All right, guys and gals, let's head to it. What I'm going to do is switch my camera angle over here. We'll go to the document cam, and yeah, I guess we'll do it that way, like we did before. And
yep,
make you too small. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and dig into this machine, show you what I've seen. I thought I saw some traces when I was looking on earlier on the back that may have been sliced or something, but I was talking to Karen off camera about it, and it was just the flash on my phone that. So let's get a closer view on this real quick. Hold on, let me push this back a little. All right. So the traces are not that bad. Okay. This is the only one that's right in here. You can see it's scuffing. This is right where the clamp is, and it's pushing the traces right around here. And Karen sent me something this just a few minutes ago. Why don't you go ahead and explain it while I'm going to put some Kapton tape on here.
Okay. On the Reddit forum, there is a CR6SE Reddit forum, and from that, there was a question asked about is there a definitive fix for the 24 volt on the USB shield? And Mr. Q Not replied with a precise reason what the actual fault is caused by. And the fault is caused by the actual clamps, either your front glass clamps or the rear glass clamps, because what happens is every time you remove your glass plate and reattach your glass plate for cleaning or however you want to do it, you're basically putting strain on the clamps, and any micro movement of the clamps will cause the clamps to rub on the underside of the bed across the traces. As you can see on John's screen at the moment, the clamps will actually sit across the traces, both front and rear. And what happens is eventually you will wear through the insulation on the top of the trace. And as the clamps are metal, both front and rear, what happens is the clamp will actually ground the 24 volts to your aluminium bed plate, and the voltage is carried through the ground into the chassis and causes damage to your components. And it's very well explained on the Reddit trace. I'll put a link up for that right now, and you can peruse it at your leisure.
So I was thinking that, we were going to explore lots of things. I was originally going to put these nylon screws that actually they torque down really well. Okay. But this is, because everyone was thinking at the same time that there was a possible short to short, but the traces are not, they're very close to these screw holes, but they're not that close. And the problem is with these is that these will bend. This bent, of course, just after just putting on the clamp and taking it off. So you would have to really maintain that. And Karen was able to find some 3D printed parts that you can use, but they suggest, of course, using ABS for this because of the load on these clamps. So I'm going to go ahead and put these back on the way they are. The problem with this fix is that it's maintenance all the time. There's only two solutions for you. You either contact Creality, you get to customer support, or you just put a wham bam sheet on top or something, a medic bed, and you ignore the clamps altogether. And do you think that's about right there, Karen?
Yeah, sounds about right. After last week's video from John, an hour after he finished the stream, I sent an email to Creality, and this is the email I sent to Creality, just for clarification. And this is the actual email I sent. Creality, when you send them any queries on their printers, require three things. They require your serial number, they require your order number, and the third thing was the fact there was a Kickstarter. So I sent that on the top. If you had a Kickstarter purchase, you don't actually have an order number, but on your
top front, right next to your above your USB, there's a serial number.
Yeah, the serial number. But when you actually filled in your survey, that actually records a order number to provide to Creality for that. So when I sent this email to Creality, I explained there was a Kickstarter, and my query was the position of the trace. And normally when you deal with Creality, in my past experience, you will get a reply from them. 2 to 3 days normally, because it's China. But I got a reply 11 hours later, which for Creality has to be a record. Whoops, not that one, this one. And they came back with, here's a suggestion, and it can be solved. And they sent me a link to a video. And currently they are shipping to me a maintenance package. Contents are unknown, but I suspect it's what's displayed in this video. So I'll just bring the video up while John's doing his screws there.
Yeah, so you're not missing anything what I'm doing. I'm just putting the clamps back. Like I said, I've already put on the Kapton tape on 4 corners.
So this video explains, it's a multi-stage video on replacing your motherboard, replacing the switch, and how to actually use the maintenance kit to insulate your clamps from the bed. And I'll fire this up just at the point. Let's see if this actually works. Let's see.
Now you won't be carrying any audio, but there's no audio on this. So
no, it's just a step through, and I'll put the link to this up once I've fired this up. Let's see if this works.
Remove the hotbed.
Just jump through this to remove the
pressing block assembly.
Yep.
Yeah. So what they did, they took off the whole heated bed. It's held in by standoffs that go all the way, screws that go all the way through the standoffs are hollow and into the carriage underneath.
Through there. So there we go.
Wow, I really like the new carriage though.
The carriage is nice. I must admit, the carriage and the tracking on it's nice. So take all your screws off, remove all your clamps.
Yeah, and like I said with mine, is I already did replace the board and the switch in a previous video.
And what this maintenance kit comes with, supposedly, is 4 little plastic shims capped on tape to put over the trace. So they put the capped on tape on, and they've got these 4 shims, 2 for the front and 2 for the back, to put underneath your clamps. So even if you do rub through the capped on tape, you've got a plastic shim now to isolate it. And a step through the process differentiates the front and the back because it's little stickers on them. And then reassemble with the clamps, reassemble your bed, go through the whole process. So they're just a close-up of the shims. So they sent me the video. And the video is very good because last week on Tripod Stream, he was sent a picture. Someone was sent the maintenance kit, but no explanation of what it is and how to actually use it. And Creality actually sent me the video, and I'm being shipped a package which should arrive next week. So for Creality, that's warp speed because it's coming via DHL, and it should be here Tuesday next week, which I will do an update on. But I'll just post a link to this video so you can watch it at your leisure. Let's see if that works.
Yep, that worked.
Yep, good. So it steps through the whole procedure, which is quite good. And like I said, for Creality, 11-hour response time, and after confirming my address, they'd send a package the following day. So, but the important thing is serial number and your actual order number, which was based on the if you go into your Kickstarter campaign and go onto your shipping details, there will actually be an order number there, which you can use to confirm you bought it through Kickstarter. And let me just stop the sharing that. There we go.
Yeah, so there's a part that's odd though. If you want to go to the center, what they do with the big pieces of Kapton tape.
Okay, you're not too sure what they're doing with that for the ground because we'll just bring it back up again. Here we are. Let's bring it back up again. That's that one there.
Because the ground is right next to the back where the strain relief is.
Yeah, so what they, let me just skip to that point. So what they've done is remove the ground.
Yeah, so you can see right there. Yep.
Yep. As with putting the shims on the back clamps. At least the shims are sticky backed as well, which makes life a little easier.
Yes. And
Not too sure what they'll say new glass black. You're still using all the original hardware, which is good.
now, actually, I was just going to say, anyone that's removed the glass from the back clamps, it's on tight. So it's going to be on tighter.
Yeah, because you have to take up some of the slack from that shim.
Yep.
Or resistance, I should say.
So
they're putting the clip on, but where are they doing? Ah, here we go.
Yeah, I just want to make sure the ground is in the same spot.
Yep.
So now the ground's going through the screw. Okay.
Yep.
Instead of it being against the tracing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to do that on mine because someone in the previous, when I did the last sharing of mine, someone said that that's where it should go. So I'm going to change that on mine right now.
Yeah. And then look at the thermistor wire, the same thing. So they remove the thermistor clamp. Again, remove it from the bed.
And be very careful doing that.
Yep.
Cleaned off the
silicone. Tape
silicone
again.
So basically what they're doing is they're making sure that anywhere there's metal touching the bed.
There's nowhere it can actually short out, and a big should have kept on. Yep.
Oh, and they're actually doing two pieces of Captain tape.
Well, the reason being there's no screw now.
Oh, okay.
To remove that completely, that option's gone now, you see. So no screw. So, which is why you have to remove the bed you're making doubly sure there is no risk of any shorting in case you find it's not your clamps, it's your thermistor grounding out. So
they went they took it a step further just to be sure.
Correct. To remove any potential risk. So they, and I said the video is very well stepped through.
Including now isolator columns instead of just having the bolts go straight through.
No, they're already on the base.
Oh, they were already there. Okay.
Yeah, that's just standoff. It is a slight issue with them though. Some of them are different heights, which is the biggest problem with bed leveling. Is that a few of those aluminium or standoffs aren't quite the same size, plus or minus 1/1000 millimeter. So that, not that it makes much difference if they're out by 0.02 or whatever it is. They install the screws, return the glass bed, and hopefully now you've removed any potential risk of grounding, because your thermistor is now isolated and all the screws on your bed clamps are all isolated. So there we go.
Yeah. I guess that only leads to one other thing. I mean, Creality's taken it a step further. I see you've redone your ground there. So I guess we might want to talk about PCBWay.
That is a great idea. So you see that it was toggling around on the background there. So this video and live stream, because it will be a video on the channel, is sponsored by PCBWay. Let me go ahead and pull them up. PCBWay, if you do not know, they are a PCB board manufacturer, not only for main companies, but also for the hobbyists and enthusiasts themselves. So Zolan here has used them. Yep. And he actually said now they're available in different colors for fun, so which is great. Greg from Greg's Maker Corner also have used them. So you could do, I mean, they actually offer a lot now. I mean, anything from kits to full assembly. And you could also go to CNC machining. They offer 3D printing if you have any files you want them to do. CNC milling, sheet metal, injector molding. I mean, when I first looked at them, not that long ago, a year ago, they did not have all these services. It's pretty darn amazing. And I really am interested in doing some of these shared projects that they're doing. So, where you could go in and just do a project that someone's working on, order it and just do it. Now, I actually may do that on my channel. As if anyone knows me, I love soldering, and I'm actually I'm certified. I was certified through Motorola. I would actually work on parts that were underneath, that you would have to use a microscope to add or remove parts. So if you're looking for anyone, go to the PCB Way and mention Tripod's Garage. And go ahead. Go on.
There's actually a project I'm going to be doing next month with them. I'm having a custom PCB made that will be holding on a LoRa chip, as well as an ESP32 and a light sensor. And what it's for is it's to go into your mailbox, and when your mailbox is opened up, you get an alert.
That's awesome. Yeah, and then they do contests. So yeah, I mean, it's a very community-driven company, which is what I like about them. So I'm very happy that they sponsored me, and they're going to be sponsoring me for a little while. So show them some love, and let's get back to our scheduled program here. All right, where are we at now? So
you just put the ground on.
Yep, I just put the ground on, and I've lost my. There it is. You always lose an Allen wrench during an assembly, don't you? Or what's even worse is those grub screws, man. Oh, you have either of you ever built an RC car before?
Oh yeah.
Man, I had so many Tamiya kits, and I'm telling you, those grub screws. Oh, in
my house growing up, my dad taught me to call C clips Jesus clips, because that's what you say when you pop them off. Jesus, where'd it go?
Yep, that's exactly. I was just going to say that.
Circlips?
Yes. It's it looks like a little C with teeth on it. Yes.
Yeah, that's the one. Yeah, circlips. Yep. Yeah. Sorry.
Or they're called E clips usually. E because it looks like an E because it has 3 indents on it, or 3 protruding part. So yeah, it's definitely the grub screws and those.
The motors for the motor bells for all of my brushless motors on my quads have those C clips and grub screws.
So the only thing you aren't doing is doing the thermistor and moving that screw, because you need some more tape, I suppose. That's fine, yeah. But that's
because with the customer support and me, it's a little bit different of the territory I'm on, because I'm a content creator. So I have to go a different route to get mine fixed. But
not to get yours working.
Yeah, but I'm just trying to get mine working, because I bought this machine, and I have a vested interest that I want it working. So I mean, that's the whole point of having this. Is I bought this machine because of the technology that was in it. That I'm like, man, I really want it.
That's it. I hung fire for so long for a reasonably priced printer that had already had all the upgrades you spend the money on for less than what it costs for the upgrades, which is why I purchased it for the same reasons for Kickstarter. Yeah,
I mean, it's, people are saying, well, you get what you pay for. No, I paid, this isn't pocket change for me.
No, all me. And I mean, it's obviously such a great design. As we've seen, Anycubics already cloned it. So
yeah. So if anyone that knows that, I always hold the bed in the back when I put this glass on, because those clips, and when you put those spacers on there, it's going to be even worse.
I find if I put the bed in about 45 degrees, it seems to get under pretty quickly, very easily. About 45-degree angle. Yeah.
All right. So what do we got here? We got.
We're staring at a table.
Oh, isn't it great?
Yeah. Yeah.
Is it a ripcord table?
No, I can't afford one of those. I'm self-funded, buddy. All right. So this is an official Creality screen, and they give you extra cable. So we're going to just remove the back, and they actually give you 2 more mounting screws.
So Sergio says, hey, John, at Tripod's Garage, you need to get a set of handled Allen wrenches.
That is a great idea, because I only have the ones that, the pull-out kind that you, but yes, I need to get one of those sets.
I actually have 3 different sets for that. Again, because of the quads, everything uses Torex or Allen keys.
Yeah.
And I just lost that one again.
Yeah.
Where'd it go?
T-bar torque wrenches for the win.
Oh my goodness. Am I going to?
I got it because it was like the Prusa. This is from Ken Gross, but a lot less expensive. Immediately had to replace the power switch, and well, it is nickel and diming me to death. Well, Ken, that's welcome to printers.
Yeah.
The only mod I've done on mine is the switch. Everything else on mine is still stock. So I did bite the bullet and go for the Micro Swiss hot end upgrade. But I was wondering with the titanium and everything else, it may have actually interfered electrically with the printer, which is why John's fried. But obviously, that's not the case in this case.
No.
But I haven't installed it yet. But I'm looking forward to throwing that in mine. But for the moment, mine is still stock hot end, still stock fans, nothing else done to it. A few mods for cable management, but that's it. And I've changed out the PTFE to Capricorn, but that's it. Everything else is stock because it just works at the moment. For the moment,
yeah. I'm a person who can't leave well enough alone.
Yeah. So my presumption was there's so many things that can affect the print. One thing at a time, and just let this sit there and give it 100 hours or so before I even looked at it to try and change something.
Some
if it ain't
people
broke, fix it till it is.
Yeah.
And hold on, I lost my set there, my Allen key, so I have to retrieve another one. Fun times. So luckily,
I've actually been thinking about getting one of those smart screwdrivers or whatever they call them.
Yeah, I was thinking about it because Dan posted one. DB3D Dan posted one, and I was like, I don't know about that yet. I mean,
but if I get one, I want one that has torque specs on it, so that way I can actually set how tight things need to be.
Yeah. So the reason why I'm taking this off is because I'm running a community firmware. If you have a CR6SE already, chances are you won't have to do this because the display will be already flashed with the current firmware. As of right now, I believe Creality doesn't have a newer firmware for this. So that's the only reason why I'm taking the screws off, because I have to flash it.
Well,
separately.
As Thomas says, the reason why it happened is because you didn't level your bed properly.
I know. I'm sorry, everyone, that I didn't level my bed. I knew that was going to come up. I knew it. Because if you'll see here, actually, TH3D, I got my switch from them. I replaced it within just a couple months.
So, is that the one where the one of the wires of the switch was actually rubbing against the frame or something?
It was just the inside was shorting out.
Yeah, the rocker switch itself, there was just a thin metal bend to actually make the contacts, and that was actually staying and shorting.
Oh wow! So it was a reed switch and not an actual switch.
Correct. It was just a rotary contactor, which was very poorly, a really cheap switch, quality switch. So
okay.
when I do the community firmware, I put both on the same card, and then I just use the, do it this way, so I can use the same stick. Or same.
With my Nextian displays, you cannot do that. If you have more files than what the firmware is, it will not flash right.
Yeah.
Creality will accept that, though I play safe and have a separate card for each, just to avoid. Sometimes it doesn't always behave itself, and it's very fussy. The screen especially is very fussy on the micro SD cards. I had to go through 3 different ones, all the same size and all formatted the same way before it was happy. So that is one quirk with the screen, that it's very fussy on micro SDs.
And apparently it's very fussy on getting it in there too.
Yeah.
Small fingers, small hands. Yep.
Yep.
There is a workaround whereby you can actually, there is a mod on Thingiverse to allow you to actually put a micro SD extender on it and cut through the back plate and have it stuck on the front of your cover, so you don't have to worry about removing your plate for the upgrades. Which is
or you can
very
just
nice.
Pull a 3D printing nerd and pull out the angle grinder and cut a slot in there.
I thought that was pretty.
No. Using your grinding wheel, not your cutting wheel, to do it properly. Got to make a mess.
All right.
A moment of truth.
Yep. So actually, just to do that first. Ready? There we go. Now it's official.
See, now this is the time where you should have been.
We'll see what the flash is like.
All right. So now we should see rows of numbers and stuff when we turn it on. There we go.
And do we see better than last stream?
And do we see numbers?
Yep.
And the trick with the screen is you will see a list of files, and it will say 0000, and if it's incorrect, and if it's correct, it'll actually show a varying number on the right hand side. So you'll see 1, 2, 1.
Yeah,
the files update.
And there it goes.
And it takes about 30 seconds for the screen if it's working, 5 seconds if it's not. Pulse is ready. It's coughing up blood, but it's alive. And it won't actually reset the screen. You'll see on the top left, it'll just say finished or ended. I can't remember what it says on the top left.
So that Thomas and I are talking about the BTT boards and the fact that the MOSFETs, at one point, the markings on them made it look like they were counterfeit.
Yeah, that was brought up by TH3D.
Yep. And Tim has a whole thing on it and explains what happened and everything else. I suggest if you're interested in that, go talk to Tim about it. He's got enough background on it now to know exactly what was going on. Hey, DB3D.
Yeah, we're just talking about him. See how he shows up?
That's it. 3 times it's stated, and up he appears.
So
I apologize, Dan. We don't see the Twitch chat over here in the StreamYard.
No.
Is it actually streaming on Twitch? I never check.
Yes, you are. You are streaming on Twitch and Facebook right now.
Facebook, it says, yeah. Not that I do either.
Yeah, I check the Facebook feed every so often when there's idle time, but I think it's done. It doesn't really say. It doesn't.
It
says end. It says end.
Yeah, it says end. It says end. Yep.
You're good.
Yep. And if you are doing your community firmware update, I find it's always best to do the screen first and then the printer, because the screen's the problematic one. If you do the printer first and the problem with the screen, the printer tends to reboot either in Chinese or with garbage on the screen. So it always pays to do the screen first to make sure everything else will work after that.
He's already done the printer.
Yeah, I know he's done that, but this is just a
yeah, because I had Sebastian on, and I just the one time, and so I'm doing the process that I did before.
Yeah, which works fine. But if people have a problem with the screen, and it doesn't work, and they boot up, the way they find out, it comes up in Chinese if they're using the Creality firmware.
All right.
Less an issue with the community firmware.
All right, so I'm going to turn it off, and we're just going to go ahead and assemble. I'm going to switch it to the front, just a regular SLR cam. And
hello, old curmudgeon. How's it going?
let me move this back a little.
Hope you're feeling better soon, Chris, as well.
Yeah. Didn't he say he had an MRI or something? I kind of missed it.
He's got a little bit of time. He apparently is having some dizzy spells and everything else that he's worried about.
Okay, well, hopefully he's doing well, because you know what, this guy has been printing like mad. I mean, the stuff that he's been throwing on Twitter, I'm telling you, check it out.
It's probably the resin
amazing
fumes.
Stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's getting the.
He's reached saturation.
But in all honesty, though, I hope for the best there for you, Chris.
Yeah. But the thing is, don't put off. You go and get it checked and chased, and don't let your doctor put you off. Just get it sorted.
Your own advocate.
Speaking from my cancer experience last year, so yeah, tell me.
Yeah.
So don't put it off, and if your doctor fobs you off, chase him or chase somebody else. Luckily, I had a good doctor.
Yeah, I didn't.
Yeah,
but mine isn't cancer. Mine's back issues.
Yeah, well, I got my checkup done last week, and I'm still clear, so I'm happy.
That's awesome. Congratulations. Oh, so wait a minute. Wait, because
you forgot something, didn't you?
I know. What's that? We could double do this.
Yeah.
You guys ready?
Air's not a good conductor. Yeah.
You ready? Oh, wait, here.
Here we go. Peel. Best ever.
Oh, what?
The best ever.
Uh-oh.
Oh, you know what I didn't do? I didn't put the back cover on.
I was like, oh.
Quick, turn it on.
Unplug it quick. Unplug it. Do not leave that drooping without the cover on. Quick.
Yeah, that's hilarious. Oh boy.
Such a rush. Got carried away. The excitement got to his head.
Yes, it did.
But I do like the screens. The screens on these are very, very nice. They are.
And one thing that the community firmware does is fixes the centering, because if you actually look
about 5 pixels off to the right was so annoying.
Yeah, it was. And you know, that was part of my review, and people are like, "Man, you really critiqued it." I'm like, "Well, yeah, I paid for it."
Yep.
And even if I didn't pay for it,
it's the little things that annoy you the most. So, yes. Did you leave the You took the SD card out, didn't you?
What's that? Yeah, it's out.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Well, see, I was trying to say when he first powered it on, it was too bad he isn't a vapor, because he could have had smoke come out from behind the screen.
We'll leave that for Jerry, because Jerry done that a few times to himself. He scared himself looking in the screens.
Yeah.
Hey, nobody beats Justin, who actually had a full-on fire behind him, and we had to tell him.
Oh, really?
I missed that one.
Oh, that's what the Voron, when he was messing around with it, wasn't it, or something like that?
No, it was way before the Voron. It wasn't the Raise 3D. It was actually his Prusa sitting next to the Raise 3D. The bed caught fire.
No way.
On one of Thomas Sandlander's streams, where he was doing some of his, was it Thomas Sandland? No,
Dan knows more about that. Dan was actually on the stream when it happened.
Yeah, that's the last thing you want is, excuse me, yes, should that fire be on? Yes.
Okay, now we'll reset. Now delete that part of the video. Once no. I did not do that.
What not to do.
Yeah. Where's the bear cameo? We're a bit slow on the bear cameo today, John.
I don't know. Bear is hanging out in the house right now. He has a problem with bumping into my cameras. because I have I can't say it out loud. TREATS is in here a lot, and he always lets me know when he's ready for one. It doesn't matter if he's good or not. He just lets me know when he's ready for one. So I'm like, wait a minute, buddy.
That's about that time. How much did Tim charge for his advertising as well last week, John? When he was showing you how to make the was making up the signs last week on his video.
Oh, he didn't. I was like, he printed out all my logos and stuff. Yep. So he kept an extra one for himself.
Okay.
So yeah, I go through him for all my supplies.
Yep.
Oh wait, we gotta do another. Hold on, there's another.
I couldn't believe it when he turned around and he's got your T-shirt on.
Yeah.
That one was much better.
Yeah, much better sound.
Nothing fell.
Yeah. All right. Well, I have over to my right here. I've been drying filament since this morning, so it should be nice and toasty.
So you've got the new upgraded model.
Yeah, I got the Kickstarter one that I just opened a few months ago.
Yep.
That's running on my right now. If I go over, it's right there behind the Ender 5 Plus.
So the only difference is
look, the Pi is running. What?
Oh,
because I just had to buy a new one.
So the box shape is slightly wider at the top, and it's got a QR code, but there's no real difference otherwise, is there?
No, no, not at all. Not that I can tell. I think the biggest disappointment is that you could only run it for 24 hours.
Yep.
To me, that's the biggest disappointment of the whole thing.
In a house that commonly hits 80% humidity, that annoys me.
Yeah, one sitting there, one sits by mine. You can't see it behind me because I'm actually on the floor. I've got on the floor on a marble slab to act as an insulator, and it's good for TPU. Just crank it up overnight for TPU.
Mm-hmm.
Where did it go?
That's why lately 90% of my prints have been TPU because of the quads.
Yeah. And what do you use for that 95A?
Actually depends. Mostly I'm using 95As. For some parts I do actually break out the Ninja Flex 85. And I'm trying to get my hands on some of that new Vera TPU, which you can vary the Rockwell hardness based on the temperature you print at.
Okay. Which is great. That way you only buy one roll and through the nose through it, and you can customize your hardness. Cool.
Right, and you can but by doing that you can also print a slightly harder, which means you can have less walls.
Yeah.
It means your part's lighter.
Oh no.
Here we go. No whammy, no whammy, no whammy.
Come on, Jerry.
Oh, thermal runaway.
No. What?
I have had
that big screen. No.
I have had that on mine because I'd accidentally knocked off the silicon sock and didn't notice. But that surprised me that the Viper doesn't have a silicon sock on it. Yeah, that's quite strange.
Yeah, and the ANETs don't, and there's a few printers that don't. They just don't care to have it on there. So, but I did receive let me find it first. Did receive a care package. The person's not on the stream right now, but I did get one of these.
Yep.
So he said that I must wear protection for my printers. So
yeah, I got some from Tim and I got some from Brian because Brian was out of stock in Northern Ireland, so Tim had some. It's got Tim to ship me some, and then Brian got back in stock, so then they turned up, so I had 2 shipments of them. So I got spares myself.
Yeah, my Sunlu dryer runs about 3C below what it actually reports.
Yeah, they're pretty accurate, eh? surprisingly for what they are. And I've got one of, who's the other one I've got? I've got a second one that's a double dryer, and that works quite well as well with the bearings in it. Who was that? Just check. I'll come back to me.
I've actually been tempted to do the fan mod on mine, just that way I know it's an even dry. But at the same time, I'm worried about playing with the heat with anything internal of it, because it is kind of a dangerous thing to begin with.
Yeah, when you think about what it's actually doing, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But it's contained. It's small. You're not going to, unless you got a dual head, you're not going to worry about two rolls at the same time.
Yep.
Or an MMU.
You got a card in here, so we'll put that in. Sometimes we'll see if that community firmware sometimes would not let you do a hot plug-in with your card. So that's on the version that I had. So we'll see if that's fixed now.
I haven't. Yeah, you've got the newer one, because I haven't put the newer one on yet.
Yeah, I just downloaded the newest one. What's great about this one is it tells you the mesh on the screen.
Yeah.
I mean, that's
and you can also manually. Yeah, hello.
I think it's going to print. And unfortunately, the leveling on this does take a while. So there we go.
So what's your offset 0.2 is set to the default at the moment.
Yep. That's pretty. We'll see how bad this mesh is. I'm not gonna mess around with anything except for the Z offset when I print.
Yep.
So I'm not gonna really dig in.
But
I just want to make sure
your mesh should be fine. No.
Oh yeah. Ooh, look at that
Everybody
one.
forgets. Glass is an amorphic solid.
That's nice. That looks nice. No, mine actually slopes front to back 0.2 off, just because of the standoffs underneath.
Yeah, mine has always sloped from my high side was always the left side. Oh.
Now the left to right tweaking the Zs fixed that for me, but I can't get the front to back, so I've got a set of silicon standoffs to give me a bit more room to adjust it on the screws. But plus or minus 0.2, the bed living takes care of that. The mesh works really, really well.
Mm-hmm. Since most of my printers are Creality, ABL is a must for me, because that tacoed bed, it's the only thing I can do to get it to work.
Yeah.
Well, I actually had to shim one as well.
Yeah, that's why that explains the Boris Karloff quote. It's alive, raised him from the dead.
And there's my high spot right there. Look at that.
Yep.
That's real.
That's only 0.2. That's 0.2. Let's see what we're looking at from front to back.
0.4.
Minus 0.1 to plus 0.1 front to back, and left to right 0.1 or 0.2. Close enough.
It does not like. Well, okay. My printers don't like correcting anything over about a 0.4 in difference.
See.
Yeah, so I was talking to Rich offline last week. He was telling me about there was a fan wiring in there. It's just missing a little chip. So yeah, that's going to be for version 3.
Well, that'll be good then if they do have a fan option. That's definitely one to upgrade to. But they really wanted to do was a double dryer that'll hold 2 rolls. Just
okay. Yeah. So my front right corner is a little high. Let's go back. I'll heat up the hot end here and take out my filament. That was regular PLA, so So we'll just find something on the card. If it's a higher temp, I'll just lower it. I think the cube that's on there is from when I did the carbon fiber. So I'm just going to lower the settings. Yeah, because it's got the retractions correct on it for the micro-Swiss hot end.
Pin code. I don't know what Thomas is talking about, but okay.
I think of the HSI damn his pin code.
All right. Yeah, I'm a big micro-Swiss fan, so it's every time that I've used their hot ends, and I have the direct drive, it works great. Yeah, see,
It looks funny with the LED.
So, like I said, I was getting ready to do a video, and when I turned it all on, and it was already clipped and ready. Never got a chance to heat it up.
So your hot cooling fan looks funny with the RGBs running on it. It's now red. Quick, put the fire out.
Yeah, it's
Chris is off for a quick break.
Mm-hmm. I don't think I'll ever get I backed one of those low-cost LiDAR sensors, and I've been trying to use a Pi Pico with it in order to build a mesh.
And anyone that has a filament dryer, make sure that you do it that way, where it's sorry, let me back it up, where it's coming out of the bottom, or not feeding from over the top, but coming from bottom up, because yeah, it'll start hopping on you, and it will not be a good day.
Oh yeah, no, mine crawled off the desk one day. So Jerry's wondering when we're going to see a chameleon video.
Well, when I get a Ender 3 or something. He's been asking me about that for a long time.
Well, then maybe he should send you an Ender 3.
Yeah. Or Ender 3 V2, because I'm not putting it on any of my other machines.
Jerry does want to make some space. And there's more room to put all his nice new resin models he's starting to spit out, and they're really, really nice. So it needs some more space to store them.
Anyone else do that? You just push the filament right through instead of trying to purge it.
That's what I do.
Oh, yeah.
I do unlock and push it through. Pull it back. Pull it back. Push it through a few times just to make sure there's no debris or anything else there to flush it all out. Pick up the odd bit of black from the PTFE coming through as well.
All right, so let's see if plugging in the card does anything. Ah, there we go. $210. Nope.
It's
I'm not going to use. And so that is at 80.
Yeah.
Turn that down. 260. Turn that down.
And you're at 210 degrees still on the hot end. Is that a bit hot?
Yeah, that I gotta increase it a little bit more because of the. I can't do it right now because it's probing, but.
Yeah.
That will. So, I will never get over that. The fact that it technically is doing a nozzle crash to level the bed.
So with your Swiss hot end, you found about 10 degrees hotter than normal?
Yeah, about 5 actually. Well, it's the hardened steel nozzle that's on it mostly.
Okay.
So between the all metal hot end and that, I'm running. It's anywhere from 5 to 10 degrees. So you always have to mess around with it.
Yeah. Like I said, it came with that steel coated. It wasn't the hardened steel; it was a steel coated nozzle by default. I think what comes with the Swiss one end.
Yeah, the seal. Yeah, so it comes with a coated one, a wear resistant nozzle, as they call it.
Yep, correct. Yeah. So I also got them to ship a couple more of the nozzles with it as well. So because I've got a whole stash of Creality nozzles. They seem to be fairly good as long as you don't put anything abrasive through them. I've only thrown out 2 in 10 months. That's not bad. I've only gone through 2 nozzles in 10 months on my 3rd nozzle with wear, so that's not too bad for.
Oh, I didn't clean the bed.
Line.
Yeah, I didn't clean the bed. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, that LED fan is quite bright. That's still just a 30 by 30. Yeah,
I'd say 40.
40. Yeah, looking at your fan shroud, look a lot bigger than mine. Yeah, but it's
So I didn't clean the bed, so we'll see if it fails.
I'll see if you've got your offset.
Well, either way, you've proven it's now working.
Yep. Yep.
And
slightly high. Yeah, slightly high.
Yep.
And the best thing about the community firmware, back to 0.01 micro steps for the Z, which is great. Woohoo! We are on to a win.
Yep.
Dr. Frankenstein's job was a success.
Now he's got to take it apart and mod it more.
What's that?
Now you have to take it apart and mod it some more.
Well, he's done the first thing. RGB makes it always print faster. I'm going to put more RGB on.
Oh, that's my issue. I thought it was googly eyes.
Well, that too.
I'm
they're only there in case of an earthquake. They're your earthquake sensor. That's what they're for.
Or when you're printing gyroid.
Oh, yeah.
Printing gyroid at 150 millimeters a second, those googly eyes get moving.
There we go.
That's a nice color. That's a nice color.
Yeah, that's and I'm not expecting this. This may just come off, but we'll see.
I think it'll still stay on because I mean it's only one corner. It should stick. You got enough surface area.
Yeah, it's printed solid. Something purple.
Is it from the mixtape box?
No, it's just I ordered that one. So, I'll see it when it turns the corner here and see what it says.
Yeah, I'm limited on filament. I can get it through Amazon. Takes forever, and freight costs a fortune down here in Australia. But there are 3 or 4 suppliers here that I've used. One that gives me the Ninja Flex. One that's actually local to me in Perth, and so freight's free and it's next day delivery. And a couple over on the East Coast, and they're all fine. PLA Plus or PLA Pro is the go-to. I can get the silk. I can get quite a range of silks, and I can get marble, which I quite like.
Yeah, marble is one of my favorite ones.
Yeah.
So now you guys saw this was going to be my little upgrade video. Was that fan? So now you get a little because my fan was dead. I'm like, I gotta just make sure I could put 40 millimeter in there from now on. So
that was my first dealing with Creality support. Was my fan after 2 weeks started squealing, and I still haven't changed it out. But they happily sent me a replacement fan.
This thing's gonna fail. It's curling everywhere.
Curling big time, yeah.
So let me just stop it. There it goes.
There we go.
Yep.
But that's no reflection of the printer. That's just need a bit of cleaning and your Z height. So
that's why I said that. I was like, I said it right away. I didn't clean the bed. This glass bed. Yep. Look at that. It just purge line. Nothing stuck.
What do you use on yours? I just use Windex on mine.
Yep, that's all I do.
occasionally soapy water. Take it off and clean it through soapy water.
Yep.
Once I start to see it not cleaning, yeah, and it works fine.
I just make sure the bed is warm. That's it.
Yep.
Just like that. I hold it.
Exactly what I do. And I've had no issues.
But mine's isopropyl.
Yeah, I've had no issues at all apart from white. White seems to be the bugbear for sticking. Or lack of sticking is white. My white.
Yes.
Two different brands. Every other one,
TPU, white TPU on a glass bed with no PV, with no release agent is a nightmare.
And if I really want to,
yep,
that's it. And then
I use the Ninja Flex white on the glass bed for my TiVo, and just the heated bed worked perfectly. I could not believe how well it worked. The box Ninja Flex.
Anymore, because I've accidentally destroyed a piece of glass and I've destroyed a PEI sheet with PETG and TPU. I now print both of those on the flip side of a bare spring steel sheet with just a couple drops of Vision Minor nanopolymer.
Okay,
and it works great.
That stuff works good, supposedly. I mean, for that size of the bottle.
Prints on it. Yeah. Hey, Greg.
Hello,
now
Greg.
He decides to show up.
Well, let me.
I think he's disappointed because it's working. Yeah, that's one thing. Dominic's comment there. I concur. That's something that should be standard on your printers.
Well,
really.
And what's
just
that?
To help the heating? It's foil backing on your bed to maintain your bed stability.
Well, and that's what's on on the Artillery Genius. It has the foil.
Exactly.
But
warms up faster.
On that one, you can't remove that darn glass bed. That's the biggest annoyance of that printer.
Yeah, well, I've got
That's funny.
Three spare hot end fans. I've had two clogs. One was retraction on silk. Silk's dodgy on retraction, and one was after running TPU through, and a few strands of TPU when I pulled it back, stayed behind and clogged it.
I have a 2-year-old. I have a 2-year-old Ender 3 that still has the stock hot end, stock fans, and it's working with no issue. And this house, dust is a major issue here.
Well, yeah, this garage has a major issue with dust.
Dust and beer here.
The beer can that I left on my desk last night has a layer of dust on it.
So let's so Lightspeed's here. So
yep.
I gotta throw his stream in here. So after this, I'm gonna be moderating Lightspeed's. We're gonna be ending this stream in just about 7 minutes or so, because I have prep with his. So if everyone could please join his. He's doing the Luzbot 747. It's a very unique printer. I had the luxury of sitting right across from these guys for 3 days, staring
drooling.
At
yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
I was
drooling all the time. Yeah.
Yes, drooling all the time. But before we leave, I'd like to just pay one more attention to my sponsor, PCB Way. I want to thank them. So if you have any PCB boards that you are looking to manufacture for a hobbyist or for mass production, please reach out to PCB Way. And they also do CNC machining, sheet metal, injected molding. And of course, there are some shared projects that you can do as well. So thank you, PCB Way, for sponsoring this stream. And I can't wait to start working on those projects myself. All right, let's see if this one's going to go down a little bit. I just want to make sure.
And those are the colors, by the way, that they can do right now.
Oh, nice. I actually like the red and the green.
The yellow is nice, a vibrant color. That's nice. The yellow is actually.
And, this is the only problem with the nozzle, as you get the zit sometimes right in the middle. All right, this one's laying down nicer because I already did the Z offset.
You need to move the camera a little.
Your front view camera.
Yeah, hold on. Let me let's do this.
There we go.
Yep. Much better.
The magic of OBS.
And then it locks up for a second. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, this is a real nice color. I don't use it that often.
Didn't see Matt jumping.
Yeah, that layer is going down real smooth now. But I got that turret on there. It is what it is, though.
Yep, there goes the part cooling fan.
Yep. And number 2.
And that is a much better first layer.
Oh, yeah. This one isn't going anywhere. And I'll show a picture on social media after it's done.
Proof. Proof positive.
Yes, proof.
It's not a green screen behind him to prove that it's actually his. Yep.
Oh, and there's my ugly mug. So, again, I want to thank everyone for coming on. I want to say a special thanks to sponsor PCBWay and my 2 guests, Zolan and Karen, known as Decibel. I don't know why he's Decibel, but maybe he'll let us know. Both of these folks hang out on many streams. Zolan, why don't you tell them where they can find you?
Well, my primary channel is Zolan's Shop of Wonders. You can find me on YouTube. You can find me on Facebook. I do have a Twitch underneath just The Zolan, and I'm also The Zolan on Twitter. I also have a secondary channel that I've been doing called FPV Junkyard, which has a couple of my flight videos for my quads, and soon we'll have quite a few more. And I have some projects actually coming up for 3D printing soon, so now that I'm learning how to do modeling.
And where can they find you, Karen? Because you're more hard to find for me.
I have no social presence, which makes life interesting. But I pop into Jerry's, your stream. I pop into Leon's stream a lot as well, just for the comic relief. If Jason's not around, I provide the comic relief.
Yeah, I've missed Jason, and that's actually who gave me the protection.
Okay.
So.
Well, he is somebody who needs it because as we've discussed previously, fires in the background. His droids actually become self-aware and attack him.
Yeah.
He drops his balls all over the floor a lot. So, yes, Jason has a...
So I'll be heading over to, I'll put the link in the chat again to Lightspeed stream. I'll be moderating again for the low spot. So please head on over there, anyone that wants to. This is a real kick-butt machine. So... But I want to thank everyone.
Wear your sunglasses first. As a heads up, wear your sunglasses.
I love the colors. So I really appreciate everyone tuning in. And again, this is this is just me getting the CR6SE running. Please reach out to Creality if you have any questions about your Kickstarter, because apparently it's just on the Kickstarter version. So they'll be more happy to assist you. I really appreciate everyone for tuning in, and my special guests for helping me moderate this. And everyone have a pleasant day, weekend, or if you ever decide to rewatch this video. And I'll catch you the next time on
Cheers, people.
Cheers, everyone.
And furry animals.
Yeah, and we'll see everyone over on Lightspeed, hopefully. Ciao, everyone.